we got the brothers today. This is just as a reference because that carries the same family name.
How do you like it, Busky?
I'll have to rate it in on different parameters. You start with the looks.
Yeah.
This is the best looking motorcycle in the segment as far as I'm concerned. Looks are subjective. I'm speaking for myself. It's a no-brainer. This looks better than its nearest competitors. In the looks department, this trumps all motorcycles, and it's actually got a healthy gap. Nothing even comes close.
Remotely close, you mean to say?
It's amazing. It's got beautiful edgy lines. It's a modern take on this 20-year-old design.
Yeah.
And this is like that 800DE, the new Suzuki V-Strom. It's got those kind of lines.
Similar lines.
Slim, long, tall. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'll give it 11 on 10.
Oh wow. Okay. So looks sorted out for you. What do you think of the ergonomics? You said the bike is a bit tall, and how comfortable are you?
I would give it a 8 on 10. The missing points, two missing points are, I find I'm perched a little bit high for a adventure tourer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, manufacturers can call anything today, and they try to get away with it.
True.
Since they have called it that as an adventure tourer, we will rate it as an adventure tourer. So
Makes
it's
sense.
perched a bit too high, marginally high. That is why it loses that 1 point. The second, the handlebar is a bit too low. I would like it a bit higher, marginally higher. So that is why instead of the 10 on 10, it loses out 2 points, and it loses out only 1 point on each simply because it is very marginal. So ergonomics, seat is all right.
Yeah.
It's a tall, slightly forward slope. There's a constant pressure push that I'm going to slide, but due to the friction of my fat ass and the seat, I didn't slide forward, but I could constantly feel my jeans crushing my family jewels.
I get that.
I don't need that.
I think seat wise, KTM still sets the standards. What do you feel of the engine?
I will give the engine a 7 on 10.
That's interesting. I thought the engine and the gearbox, which they have blindly carried forward from the 250, I don't know, it's a GX, SX, GTX, whatever.
SEX or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. I felt the engine has a very, very good or a strong mid-range, and you're like in the 90s in any given moment, and it's very tractable as well.
The reason I give
Why
it
do you nag on
7,
it?
the reason I give it a 7, it loses 3 points. It loses 1 point on the combustion clatter.
Yes.
Under hard acceleration, this reminds me of the Scram. Now, I'm not...
I've always felt, I've always maintained Suzuki, the engine characteristics are like that of the Royal Enfield.
Yeah. So this has got a bit of clatter. Under hard acceleration at higher RPM, it's got the it's that combustion clatter. Nothing wrong with it. It's because I have experience of hearing that on my Royal Enfield.
Your ears go searching for it.
I take away 1 point for that combustion clatter. The other 2 points is the vibration. Now, vibration starts only at 7,000 RPM. Get close to 7, the foot pegs start to buzz like they're a beehive under my feet. It's got rubber pegs. I'm wearing sneakers, soft-soled sneakers today.
And still you could feel the buzz.
Massively bothersome. Under 7, it's a peach. That is why it gets 7 out of the 10. Gearbox is brilliant.
Yeah.
It can run in top gear at 60, even 55 is still okay. Fantastic throttle response. Yes, from 4 it picks up. It truly starts to deliver the torque from 4. Still below 4 also, it's all right for commuting, cruising around, lazy motoring. Aggressive motoring, drop a gear or 2 and then pull it, it moves beautifully. Holding it above 7,000 RPM is for somebody who's got numb legs only, because I cannot. So, because it is at above 7, it is not a showstopper.
Yeah.
So, 7 on 10 when it comes to the engine performance and characteristics.
The crucial part, I always felt a motorcycle by the chassis, the way it handles and the suspension. What do you think of it, Busky?
Handling, braking, maneuvering, high speed, low speed, stability, and suspension included. I'll have to rate it in two different ways. One is as a road motorcycle, as a touring motorcycle. I will give it a 9 on 10. On good roads, good regular Indian roads.
Paved roads.
Paved roads, yeah, a little bit of, we know our roads how they
yeah.
are. They are not perfect. They have a little bit of stuff here and there. 9 on 10 because it's got a street bike dynamics. It is sharp, it is responsive. The only difference is you're sitting a little more upright.
True.
Just pretend to perch a little, it immediately feels sporty, taut, firm, nice. Good enough. It is not a sport motorcycle.
Yeah.
Coming from a touring, predominantly touring side of it, that is why I'm giving it a 9. Feels great. The other half of the rating, again the positioning of the motorcycle,
Okay.
adventure tourer. So if I try to do some adventure on it, I would probably have the fillings pop out of my teeth and develop blurred vision. So sustained bad roads, gravel roads, no. It can handle 90% of what we do. It's the 10% which is a pain. But if something can do 90%, that we can put up with the 10%.
Yeah. A good compromise at 90%.
It's a compromise. So it is not, doesn't make sense to compare it to the Himalayan. That's a totally different suspension in terms of suspension and how it behaves on road. Not at all. It's sort of stiff like the KTM, but perhaps the KTM has got a little more compliance.
Okay.
It may feel stiff, but the action is a little more compliant. It's not a sporty setup. This seems to be a bit sporty, just the ergonomics and the style is different. For touring, commuting, good roads.
Yeah.
Those are the two ratings I'll have to split it. As adventure tourer, 6 on 10.
Yeah.
As a road touring, good roads, I'll give it a 9 on 10. It's
9 is being pretty.
Yes, I'm being generous. I feel good today. I had a nice cup of coffee.
What do you think of the braking on the?
It's adequate. I would give it a 7.5 on 10.
Why the half?
It feels a bit wooden, the rear one. Maybe it is because how it has been used. It's a rental motorcycle, so adequate.
Adequate.
Yeah, it was okay. Nothing extraordinary, nothing too dull. So it is okay.
It is what it is then.
It's all right. No concerns.
Fair enough.
I wish they had given more road-oriented tires. This is just because they call it a V-Strom and make it look like this and call it an adventure tourer. You don't need to give this. This is what TVS Ronin also did for a nice street commuter. They put button tires, confused. It is like giving Usain Bolt stilettos and say, boss,
please run.
Let there be some synergy. Give it street tires. It's okay. It's all right to give it street tires.
In the market today, you have the Himalayan Scram, you have the KTM 250 ADV, you have this. I don't know if we need to really pull in the SD into this slugfest.
Can.
You can? Okay. What's your preference?
My first choice still remains the 250 Adventure KTM. It does a whole lot of things beautifully well. The engine is far superior than any of the other four.
Yeah, I think the refinement of the engine is in a different
There is no combustion clatter like this. Minimal vibrations on the foot pegs and everywhere.
True.
And that thing is fast. Yes. The thing is to learn how to understand the rev, where to use it by far. So that's my first choice. Second would be the V-Strom.
You sure?
650. Yeah, I would pick this as number 2. Number 3 would be the Himalayan. I have used it for tens of thousands of kilometers. So it's still okay. Then will come the Scram, and because it is there in the list, I have to put it somewhere. So the only place I can put the SD is in 5th place.
I hear what you say, and I can echo with your sentiments as well, especially on the ADV 250. Now, with you calling it out as the second best that you're going to look out for, do you think it really justifies the moniker of it carrying that V, Strom, SX, GX, SEX, whatever it might be?
No, It's only the looks.
Yeah.
And Suzuki, I think, have got only one range of adventure motorcycles, and it's called the V-Strom.
Yes.
So they have just put that sticker on it. Even if they didn't call it a V-Strom, call it something else, it would have been still okay. However,
Yeah.
it is okay to ride the bandwagon of the V-Strom. They stuck it in. So it is all right because it's in a totally different segment in terms of price and whatever. It's about 10 lakhs less than this. So doesn't matter. It may not do justice to the V-Strom name, and that's okay. And
Yeah.
it's all right. I think in the context of where we are in this country with the type of motorcycles, the lightweight, in terms of looks and ergonomics and the feel,
Yeah.
yes, V-Strom, yeah, I can
Stand up to
get away with it.
Okay. I have a sort of quick fire questions.
Yes,
Yeah.
ask me.
How do you feel the clutch?
Slightly heavy.
The engine heat?
I didn't feel any. It's a cloudy morning. Though I didn't feel any, so I don't think it's going to throw up anything major even
Yeah.
on a hot day. Yeah,
How was it in the low speed taking U-turns?
very easy, well balanced.
Yeah.
Well balanced. It's very light. I do not know the weight. I don't care for the weight. All that matters to me is what it actually feels on the road. On paper, it can show whatever it wants to show because we have found out that it is meaningless.
Yes.
It's like a toy. Very good handling. Yeah,
Yeah. The fit and finish.
good. Good,
Yeah.
can be better. Made for a price. Yeah.
I can see the quality on the windscreen already gone down.
It's okay. The plastics are all right. It's all right. Nothing to piss on. Nothing to rave about.
One thing that you'd want to change in the motorcycle?
Suspension.
What do you think of the takeaways? The headlight and the tail lamps, all a copy from your 250s.
Yeah, that's okay. It seems to blend in well with the line, so
Yeah.
that's okay. It's probably what gives it the good looks. They've done a good job by taking a headlight from somewhere and then designing a. They probably started with the headlight.
I think so.
Sir, here is a headlight. Ah, बाकी सब design कर देंगे
कर
ना?
देंगे. Yes.
Do you differ much from what I mentioned, or if there are a couple of areas where you differ? What are they from what I shared?
I find it too plasticky
Okay.
to my liking, you know. The tank here, there's
A lot of plastic.
a lot of
Yeah.
plastics, and you know, after a certain time they will tend to rattle. So that's the thing. But majorly, I agree with you, Vaski.
Yeah, so-
Nothing that I would want to disagree.
Plastic is the only area where
Yeah,
you
plastic
mentioned
is-
something which it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
So rest of it, you are generally in agreement with me.
Yes.
Good cloudy Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Time for some benne dose.
Benne dose or for some beer?
Is it 12 yet? Whatever it is. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing your V-Strom
My pleasure.
to provide a comparison,
Yeah.
just a visual comparison. So good job. So catch up next time. And most importantly, I've been struggling to get motorcycles to test. I've run out of, all my friends have similar motorcycles. So all that we have done and dusted. How do I get other motorcycles? Yes, there are a few friends, there are a few dealers we can get motorcycles from. The complication in that is, there is an expectation that I say something predominantly good about those motorcycles I borrow. I can't piss on them. So I found a new strategy. This is a rented motorcycle from Royal Brothers. Thanks to Royal Brothers, I pay 1500 rupees. I get a motorcycle, either I get to shower flowers on it or I piss on it. I have no obligations. So
Indeed.
this is going to be the way ahead. So
Yeah.
there are 3 or 4 motorcycles I plan to get over the next couple of months. And we decide whether it is going to be flowers or.
Yeah. I think it's going to be much more clearer.
Yeah.
There's no obligations as what you mentioned.
No, it is natural, you know.
You speak straight from the heart. So straight from the heart, the next few videos or the next set of videos that we do on the reviews.
Starting with this
Yep.
will be straight from the heart.
Thank you. So the trick is to get you a good cup of coffee and then give a motorcycle to review.
But no matter how many cups of coffee you give, if I'm going to try one particular brand of motorcycle, I know what I'm going to give that. We will come.